following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Best worst case scenario for the New York Football Giants. The New York Giants have Daniel Jones as their quarterback. Hopefully they are going to be able to do something offensively this year. Saquon Barkley back from the injury. Hopefully he'll be able to rush for more than 3 yards a carry like he did before he went down with the injury. It all hinges on Daniel Jones, though. If he can take the leap in year 3 that Josh Allen took in year 3.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. But if
I'm
he
willing
can,
to bet nobody knows this reference. Tank wrote both of these bottom thirds.
Yep.
I'm going to bet no one knows what this is because I have never heard this in my life. Best case scenario for the New York Giants, Daniel's a star in the face of the sky.
That's right.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's a lyric from Daniel.
No. Don't say it. I want to see if anybody knows it.
Oh, okay. So we're just going to sit here and wait until somebody says it?
No, we're just going to keep talking, and if somebody goes, hey, I know that song, I'll be like, oh, so there's two. There's two people that know
There's
this
two
song.
people that know that. Daniel is a star in the face of the sky. Daniel Jones needs to make the leap. He needs to be the guy to be able to get the ball to his receivers. They went out and got Kenny Golladay, saying the weapons that we had weren't enough. They drafted Kadarius Toney in the first round of the draft, the last need that they needed.
The last need that they needed.
The big problem for me is the offensive line. I don't think their offensive line is great. I mean, they've got good pieces, but it just hasn't come together. Matt Pert was a guy that we liked a lot last year in the draft. I was a big supporter of Shane Lemieux. Will Hernandez was another guy that I thought could come into this league and be really good. They're getting Nate Solder back, who opted out last year.
Might not make the team.
He may not make the team.
Mm-hmm.
Cost-cutting? Cost-cutting move.
Yeah, because dirty little secret, he wasn't that great when he was on the field.
Yeah, and then Andrew Thomas didn't play out the way they had hoped.
Because he's a right tackle, not a left.
Right. So do you think that they have the pieces for a cohesive, effective offensive line if they just put the pieces in the right slot?
They can, and here's how those pieces should fit. Nate Solder should play on the left side. He's your best left tackle. Mm-hmm. Matt Pert should probably play inside with Hernandez at guard, and Andrew Thomas should play on the right side. That could be a formidable line. I don't look for it to happen because they keep trying to shoehorn Andrew Thomas in the left side, which he's not. He has short arms. I said all of these things when they drafted him.
You did.
The thing I don't understand is that you passed on 4 better tackles to take a guy that should have been a right tackle, and you played him on the left side. You know why? Because Dave Gettleman's an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet you wish you'd taken Mekhi Becton now. Thanks for letting him fall to us. Yeah. We love him.
Oh, thanks for Tristan Wirfs, too.
Mekhi Becton's better. NFL executive disagree with you.
Really?
Mekhi Becton was just ranked 6th among offensive tackles in the NFL. Was it 50 scouts? Mm-hmm. 50 NFL scouts were polled, and Mekhi Becton was 6th.
Nice.
Tristan Wirfs was 7, in fairness. But 6 is a lower number than 7.
It is indeed. By 1 spot. Missed it by that much. To me, it's going to hinge on Daniel Jones making that leap. And with Kenny Golladay there, I think he can at least make this team serviceable. They'll be mediocre. They'll be middle of the road.
You're saying bad wrong.
I don't see a whole lot of – no, we're talking best case scenario. And best case scenario is he's okay.
I mean, that's like saying best case scenario. My wiener grows 6 inches overnight, and all of a sudden it's average.
You don't think Daniel Jones can even be average?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I think he's bad. I think he turns the ball over entirely too damn much.
He does.
I've never seen a quarterback that was the biggest knock on him, and he just all of a sudden woke up one day and fixed that. Mm-hmm. Quarterbacks that turn the ball over always turn the ball over. It doesn't. That's not a box that you can uncheck. That's who he is. Oh, he's super athletic. Cool. fucking phenomenal.
He's
still not a very good quarterback.
He does throw a good deep ball, though. And Kenny Golladay, I think they're going to hook up a lot this year.
Do you realize the defenses that this team plays this year?
Tell me about it.
It's comical. The first, let's see, they open with Denver. They're pretty good. At Washington, they're pretty good. They have to play the Saints, who a lot of people think their defense is going to be pretty good. The Rams, Tampa Bay, that Philadelphia D-line we were just talking about, the Miami Dolphins, the Chargers, who are healthy again, and the Chicago Bears. You probably play five of the six best defenses in the NFL.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And you're coming in with Danny not so many dimes. Good fucking luck with that.
Best case scenario?
6 wins.
Oh.
That's best case scenario. 6
Wow.
wins. Giants are one of the 6 worst teams in the NFL, fact or fiction. They're one of the 6 worst teams in the NFL, fact or fiction.
I'd say fact.
There you go. And I got news for you. If Deshaun Watson ends up in Philly, you're clearly the worst team in this division.
Yes. By
light years. I don't buy Dave Gettleman, and I hate it because Giants fans are as true blue as they come. And, you know, I'm a Jets fan that can respect Giants fans. Do I hate your team? A little bit. Not as much as other Jets fans. I think it's a New York thing. I've never lived in New York, so I've never really gained that hatred for the Giants. A lot of Jets fans hate the Giants like to the level they hate the Patriots, and I can't wrap my brain around that.
Yeah. I think they could do a little bit better than that. I think best case scenario, they could be 7-10.
All right.
So I'll go one.
All right, I'm going to call your bluff.
Name
me the 7 games they could win.
The 7 games that they could win. Okay.
I'll give you Denver.
Let's go Denver, Atlanta, Carolina.
You wanted to say New Orleans, but you realized
I wanted to, but I realized they couldn't do that. Carolina, Vegas, Philadelphia, Miami.
Shut the fuck up.
Philadelphia, Chicago.
Stop.
You don't think they could beat Chicago?
Hell no. You're at 6. What number did I say?
I think there's a
I had already done that.
I think they might be able to squeeze one more out of that.
Against who?
Against Chicago.
Khalil Mack against Andrew Thomas. I rest my case. Daniel Jones' head might end up on the field, not still attached to his body.
Well, yeah, but also Chicago may be in a position that late in the season where they're
playing Justin Fields.
They still can't. Huh?
They're playing Justin Fields.
Okay.
I get Justin Fields against this defense. You get Daniel Jones against Khalil Mack. Not a snowball's chance in hell.
Okay. Anyway, we're close. How about that? We're close on the best case scenario. Now, the worst case scenario is that Daniel Jones is basically who we thought he was, and Daniel's leaving tonight on a plane. At the end of the season, Daniel's going to be out.
Nobody in the comments has said they know what this song is.
Well,
nobody,
stop.
baby.
I'm older than all of you, and I happen to like Elton John. So don't even, because you said you liked Elton John too.
I like an Elton John song.
One, that's
with
it.
Ozzy Osbourne.
You don't like any of his other music.
Secret Time? I don't think I could name another Elton John song, except the one that was in Friends. Hold Me Close, Young Tony Danza. That was him.
Tiny Dancer, yeah. That's one of the greatest songs ever written.
That's not the best song named on this show today. Hurt So Good is better than Tiny Dancer.
You are insane. Tiny Dancer is a classic. Yeah.
Hurt So Good is a classic.
No, it's not. It's a shitty 80s song.
You're a shitty 80s song.
You could leave on the trash pile of history.
You're a shitty 80s song.
Anyhow, Daniel leaving tonight on a plane. He's not going to be the quarterback of this team after this year. I think this is more likely where this all goes. Is that Danny Dimes just isn't, he's not the guy. He can't hold on to the football. He's going to be inaccurate. They are going to push the ball down the field more, and he's going to get a chance to show off just how accurate his deep ball arm can be.
Which is not very.
But at the end of the day, you're going to have some splash plays to look back on, but you're going to realize that Daniel Jones is not the guy. And hopefully it's the thing that gets David Gettleman fired. And hopefully they will not fuck up the next hire as GM for this football team, and they'll be able to reclaim some of their glory. But until that happens, until David Gettleman's out, I don't see this team being very good.
I don't either. I think best case scenario is 6. Maybe you slide in the 7th win just because weird shit happens in the NFL. Worst case scenario, 3. You'd be picking in the top 5 next year. Mm-hmm. On the bright side, you could have you could take a quarterback way too high because you're not going to be the worst in the league, so you're not going to get Sam Howell. You can have Keaton Slovis. I only have like 7 of the same qualms with Keaton Slovis that I had with Daniel Jones.
Oh, well, that's not a lot.
They're very similar, flawed quarterbacks. They just lather it up and do it again.
Uh-huh. Or you could be a player in the free agent market.
For who?
I think
Teddy Bridgewater?
Ryan Fitzpatrick might be looking for a job next year.
Yeah, that's a good time to roll. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the only thing I can give Ryan Fitzpatrick is he's the NFL player that looks the most like me.
Bingo.
I do look like Ryan Fitzpatrick and Luke Combs' love child, and I'm okay with that.
Hit that Kevin Vick memorial bell. On it. We haven't talked about the defense at all with the New York Giants.
Okay.
I mean, they're not bad. They've got some pieces. Between Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, they just got Azeez Ojulari. I like the secondary.
I actually don't mind the defense.
The secondary with Adoree Jackson and James Bradbury and Logan Ryan, I think that's a defense that can make some plays.
I don't.
The problem is you don't have the offense that's going to be able to keep up.
It is. Problem is that defense is going to be on the field a lot.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a problem, especially against that schedule that you're playing. Because there are a lot of shootout teams on that schedule. A lot. And I just feel like they're bringing a squirt pistol to a gunfight.
God, man.
Got them a squirt gun.
But day by day, this offense, or this entire team, to me, it looks like the Carolina Panthers from 5 years ago when David Gettleman was there. I mean, you had a defense that was, decent. They got some really good players on the defense, and they're gonna keep you in some games, but you're gonna be hampered by your offense, as the Carolina Panthers were, outside of the one magical year of Cam Newton.
Oh, by the way, I looked this up yesterday just because I was talking shit about Cam Newton again, which is one of my favorite things to do. How many Pro Bowls has Cam Newton been to?
I don't know. 2.
He's been in the league 10 years.
2?
It's 3. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. And people keep trying to tell me he's a Hall of Famer. Missed it by that much.
But he won an MVP. And so did Matt Ryan.
Yep. Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer. Cam Newton's not.
I actually agree with you.
I knew you would.
I actually do agree with you. No, New York Giants, best case scenario, they're going to be, 6-11. Worst case scenario, you're going to be one of the 3 worst teams in the league, and also might end up being your best case scenario. And just pray to God that you're bad enough to get Sam Howell. Not going to be. This team's just stuck in a bad situation. And again, it all comes down to the inefficiencies and the lack of ability in the front office.